friends, how's it going? I don't know about you, but sometimes I get a little bit of low back pain, and you know, myself being a chiropractor, I would just go get adjusted, except for because of Corona times, we're social distancing, so it's even hard for me to get adjusted because no one's open. But anyways, low back pain might be flaring up right now because we're doing a lot more sitting, maybe more physical activity or less physical activity than we are used to. Maybe trying new physical activities and workouts that might be pulling on different muscles and working different things that you didn't even realize that you had. So I want to go over just 5 stretches for when you have low back pain. Well, 4 stretches and 1 breathing technique. So a lot of times, let's start with breathing. We're doing a lot of shallow breathing and breathing from our chest instead of using our diaphragm and our core muscles. So core is my favorite 4-letter word if you've ever met me. But to do proper breathing and diaphragm breathing, you want to put one hand on your diaphragm, one hand on your chest, and when you take a deep breath in, you really want to focus on filling up your belly first and then the chest, and then when you exhale, really like push out through the diaphragm, and then the chest will just collapse on its own. So you want to do like a 4 count in and a 4 count out, and that breathing technique will also help with stress relief and stress management, and that will actually physically reset your nervous system in about 90 seconds. So do the breathing exercise for about 90 seconds and you'll notice a sense of calm coming over you. Okay, so then one of my favorites is called the open book. So you're going to lay on your side, grab a pillow. You can do this in bed. You want to have your shoulders and your hips stacked in the same line. You can have a little bend in your knee. And then what we're going to do is pretend to open up a giant book. So you want to open up your top arm, rotate it back, but you want to stop when you get to the point where you're not going to be twisting your body, and then just to like be aware of what that feeling feels like and to get a little stretch in through your shoulder, and then you can rotate open a little bit more. So that feels so good. You get a nice chest opener. You're also getting some rotation in the lower back, and just be aware if you should not be twisting your low back, then stop before you get to that point. So then we close our book, we open it, take a little pause to get that chest stretch, and then open up a little bit more, and that feels so good. You might feel that more in your upper back, but we need upper back mobility as well to take some stress off of the lower back. All right, next we'll do an active hamstring stretch, also kind of known as nerve flossing. You're gonna have a bend in your knee, straighten it up to the sky, and then back down again. So up and down. You might feel a little bit of a pull going through here. Up and down, up and down. So I do about 10 at a time, switch, and then go back and do 10 more. All right, and then what you can do when you're sitting on your floor is work the hips. So our hips go in all ranges of motion like this, and this one will be working on the internal rotation and the external rotation. So we're gonna start off with your legs in a 90-90 position. So 90-90, this one's kind of falling off the bench, but 90-90. And you can just sit here. This might be deep enough for you. Ideally I would do this on the floor. So we'll start off in this position, and then you're just going to rotate and go into the other side. Again, you would be on the floor, so this would be a little bit of a smoother transition, but basically want to like rock back and forth in between internal and external rotation for the hips. And if that's super tight, just focus on one area that you're really feeling it. Breathe into that for about a minute and then move on. All right, and then the last one, we still want to focus on opening up our chest and our upper back to, again, take that stress off of the lower back. So you can do a pec stretch. You can do this standing up in a doorway. You can do it laying down. So we'll just do it laying down, or like the best demo I can do on the table. Let's just pretend that this is like a door and I'm vertical. So you would take your arm, you would like walk into the doorway basically and start to stretch. Whoa. You can kind of like see what I'm doing there. So you would walk into a doorway, put your arms up in the doorway, walk through, and then stretch through like so. Let your chest go through, hang out there for about 10 seconds, and then come back. And also when you're doing this, try not to let your core relax, because that'll also help with the lower back activation and core activation. All right, so those are some ways that you can help your low back pain. And if you have any other questions for me, please let me know. If you need more exercises, we can also set up a telehealth assessment so that we can really look at what's happening and go over your specific symptoms, and I can give you a specific game plan. All right, thanks.